Well then, here we are. Finally.
Don't you know?
Finally again, don't you know? And it is...
Don't you know?
It is episode 40. Welcome back. We are the Hardcore Casuals.
40.
Excellent.
Does that mean we're middle-aged? Is that middle-aged? Is that almost middle-aged?
I think 60 is the new 40. I don't know. We're still good.
I'm still a Toys R Us kid.
Yeah.
My uncle likes to throw the "you're almost 40 now" at me, like that affects me in some way, and I'm like, what do you want from me?
And you're almost fucking dead.
Yeah, right.
My wife was telling her sister that she's almost 40 when she was in her 20s. So it's been decreed that when my wife turns 40, we're throwing her like the biggest over the hill party ever.
Oh my gosh.
It's always been her benchmark of you're old at this age. But yeah, it's like instead of doing like a Letterkenny super soft birthday party, we're gonna do like the softest, 4-0 party for her.
Does that mean you get to go to Spencer's and shop in that section that has?
If I can have a Walker gift wrapped that I can return, obviously, there's like shit like that. I'm gonna way over the top.
Yes. Just look around. Do your scouting now. Every once in a while, they have like churches and things like that have these little borrow this for a little while ministry.
Yeah, and get the pens when they're on sale and shit like that.
Just start perusing the clearance aisles and things like that at your local grocery store.
I hear that Polydent is a very popular gift for the middle-aged.
Polydent, oh my gosh. While she's sleeping, you can get those molds that you can do overnight. Just put them in her mouth and then have dentures waiting for her sometimes as a present. They're made just for you.
I'll give myself a death sentence. But yeah, speaking of rails,
right off of them.
I mean,
actually, it's funny, Ben. You mentioned the whole like the mouth guard thing, or like taking an implant. Like, I had to go to the dentist recently, and they forgot to do they did my top teeth and not the bottom.
Uh-oh.
And like, hey, can you come back in and we'll just do an imprint of the bottom one? So I'm like, all right, cool. And I'm expecting this lady to grab one of the the plastic things to put all the goop on and show it on my bottom teeth to stick. And she's like, no, open up. And she's like in my mouth. And I'm like, felt so weird.
She in your mouth, huh?
Yes, exactly. all of the goop.
That's horrifying. I don't think this.
I can't remember. Does that taste good? It tastes weird, right? Or is it
I don't remember what it tastes like, but it feels super. It's slimy.
Yeah, it's what's it called? The GAC stuff. Nickname GAC stuff. Yeah,
that's what it reminded me of. I was in my mind, I'm like, they're slime. That doesn't taste like anything, but they're slime.
Oh man.
But anyway.
I just remember once having that mold go a bit too far back in my mouth, and just the gag reflex kicking in, and then feeling that ooze coming out on the sides a little bit. It was not a very pleasant experience.
That's graphic, Dan.
When you're
graphic.
For those of you guys not paying attention, they just released a dental simulator for the Smash.
Oh God. I would not play that.
Fire Emblem Dental Edition.
Exactly.
I've spent entirely too much time at the
Use one of our
dentist in
activity
real
points to
life.
go to the dentist. Or you become the dentist.
All your kids in your school end up running around with dental gowns on.
You don't need straight A's. You need straight teeth.
Now that you're done with the dentist, it's time for your physical.
Oh, shit. They're 14, Dan. God damn it.
They are?
Well, Lestithia and Petra are.
Oh, I'm saying it after the time skip then.
Oh, yeah. Spoilers, Dan. God.
Kids these days. All right. So speaking of which, I guess we should probably get ready in the now playing part of the world. I would say, right?
Yeah.
Might as well.
And I can let you guys start off with all of the Fire Emblem talk.
Surprise!
Since we're already there. I don't know which one of you guys wants to start, but
what game is this? Josh? You're playing this game too?
No. This is not my side of the world.
He's just been vicariously living it through us.
Yes.
Forcibly so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In our little game chat, I was joking around before we started, referencing this, and no joke. One day I came back to my phone and there were 187 messages, all of them from you guys about Fire Emblem.
Sounds about right.
And then I put my phone down to go back to work, and I came back an hour later, and it was another 127.
I mean,
so excitement. All of the weird tea parties and love hotels, or I don't know what the hell else it was.
Yeah, pretty much, man. People lose stuff in that school. We gotta find it all and give it back.
God, I hate lost items.
Us talking about it, we should have Josh do a review of the game just based on what we said in chat.
Oh, that's good.
The guy who didn't play the game but has a vague idea of what it is.
All right, so there's these kids from rival schools, and they kind of know each other, but they don't. And then they're going to beat up on each other, but they got to get good grades and know how to talk at tea parties and shit. And if they don't get their etiquette up right, then they can't talk with kids from other schools to work on their tea parties. And they don't even know what kind of tea to have. And then if it's wrong tea, then they're just like, man, fuck, I get coffee.
That's right.
And that's our episode, everyone. See you next time.
Yeah.
And the time skip is them waiting for that coffee.
Yeah. Yes. And then all of a sudden it's like, hey, I remember you from the other school. Let me stick my knife through your face.
That's so accurate.
It's scary, actually.
And then all of a sudden it's like, hey, man, you were going to my school. Why'd you go to that school? I'm going to punch you in the face, too, with my knife.
Uh-huh.
That's pretty much where it's at. I mean, and then, I guess people make out.
Yeah. That was beautiful, Josh. 10 out of 10, man.
Hashtag anime ending.
Cue the music.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh.
Apparently that music struck a chord with Jen.
No, that's not what struck a chord. I just... Did you get
hit with a guitar?
Totally unrelated. Well, I don't even know what to say now.
Yeah, me neither.
How do you follow that, you know?
I mean, I know I just hammered that game down in a minute. But, I mean, you guys have more depth. We should talk more.
The honest game trailer for that game is pretty spot on as well.
Oh my god, I was dying with all the character names. They started naming the students, and I was like, Sean was watching that with me, and he only knows what he's seen from me. And
Sean is the girlfriend reviews girl in your situation.
Pretty much, yeah. And even he was giggling at some of those character names.
Dion Bernene, I choose you. Go.
Dedu Sandstorm.
No, that was the best one.
Yeah,
Blandette.
Caught me off guard.
Blandette awesome. Got me.
Yes, that one too.
Blandette?
Her name is Annette, and she's bland.
She's super basic. But I think she's adorable.
She's cute. I will give her that. I don't know. I don't know anything about her yet.
I thought the Blandette was her actual name. I was like, damn, how she's got a boyfriend.
Don't worry. You just give her enough tea and armored bear stuffies, and she'll be fine.
Armored bear stuffies? Wait, what? I don't remember that.
She was a sheet of sheet music. Or whatever it was.
Oh, she's the sheet. She's not an armored bear stuffy girl.
No, she likes the sheet music. What are they called? Those fucking flowers. So many fucking flowers in this game. Yeah, pretty much.
I have the tab still open in my Chrome. Hold, please.
I took them all out.
Oh, I'm back in it. I'm going through a second house. So.
Lady balls deep.
I am lady balls deep. I was a black eagle, and now I'm a golden deer. And I got to tell you, I got to tell you, I really don't like these golden deer students. I was like, I just want to club all of them. I'm like, ugh, I don't like you.
But their main guy is cool. That's the thing. Like, I'm torn about them too. I definitely want to see their story, but I don't feel like I'm attached to the rest of that group either. But yeah.
I think it's funny because that was the case for like your houses as well. Like the people that I had to start making relationships with, like, what's Linhart? Fuck this guy, you know. But apparently,
once I got to know him, he's really not that bad.
Yeah, exactly. Well, right back at you with the golden deer people. Don't make fun of my students.
I'm not making fun of your students. I just don't feel an affinity.
I can't stand them. They need to die.
I do not feel an affinity. I did
battle.
not say anything about them needing to die.
It's okay. You'll probably kill them anyway. They're so delicate.
I know it's really tough to find one you like when they all have swords on their faces, but, whatever floats your boat.
I mean, without saying too much, I didn't actually fight that many of you.
Dun, dun, dun.
In my playthrough. Dan's people are all gone, though.
Spoilers.
Demolished.
Interesting.
Demolished. So Annette Fantine Dominique. She likes the arithmetic textbook, the book of sheet music, and the stylish hair clip.
There it is.
And I feel like most of my girls were like, give me the armored bear stuffy.
Yeah, that was Mercedes, Lysithia, what's her name?
Dorothea?
The songstress girl, yeah. Maybe.
Yes. I think so. Where is she? Oh no, she was the sheet music, the gemstone beads, and the hair clip.
That's right.
God.
I'm pretty sure Annette also liked a flower, because I tossed a whole bunch of flowers to her.
So for those listening, yes, this is the game for half of it.
Oh my God.
I would even say almost 75% of the game is just like mitigating all these relationships and then finding a whole bunch of blue items. And then 25% is painfully going through, well, not painfully, it's just very intense tactical combat slash.
I just thought it was
killing
funny
everything.
because, like, usually you guys do a pretty good job if there's a game that's out there that, like, the group is playing. Like, you, like, talk it up really well and mark everything to where it's like, oh, that might be an interesting game. And then I come back and it's like, we're having tea parties. I got to give this to whatever. And I'm like, man, fuck all that. All of it.
I mean, I'm with you. I'm surprised I liked it as much as I did, having to finish my whole playthrough. And I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this part. There's some things that kind of still, feel cheesy and borderline inappropriate, considering you're their professor. But
it's so cheesy.
Yeah, but I mean,
so inappropriate.
They do really develop all the characters a fair bit. So, like, I really was surprised at how much I was kind of curious to see what would happen next to almost all the ones in my house.
Yeah, like the fun thing about that is you don't just build rapport with the professor, yourself. Mm-hmm. They build rapport with each other. So you get, like, not only whatever it is that they reveal about themselves to you, but you see them interact with each other as well, and you get a whole lot of their, like, you figure out where they came from and what motivates them and what kind of relationships they have with other people, and it's actually really good.
like Annette, since we're using her as the example, like she has a quirk that the more she reveals herself to the rest of the house, they all start razzing her about one little thing that she does, which makes sense with one of her lost items that you were just talking about. So it's fun to see, like, how things kind of just are all there and see how it unfolds.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the development is really good. I mean, the only complaint I had about that was towards the end, I started to get very, what's the word I'm looking for? Like,
burned out?
Not annoyed. Just they really, I don't know about you guys. For me, the Golden Deer students, they really, like, went all in with their archetypes. Like, just one of them was the asshole, the other one was the geeky, really introverted girl or whatever. And it's just, and then it got a little too, like, okay, be a little more multidimensional with your personality. At the end, you're having these conversations where all of them are chiming in at the same time. Like, they're having to give words of encouragement. And every single thing that they say is like the same thing that they've always said. Raphael especially got on my nerves because he loves food. Every fucking thing, even in the middle of battle, is about food. Oh my gosh, let's hurry up and get this battle done so we can get back to the dining hall. I'm like, dude, I don't know. Everything else felt really good. I like to support the conversations, but that was my biggest complaint.
Raphael, have a Snickers.
I don't remember having the same problem on the Blue Lion side.
Like, and I didn't have that with the Golden Eagles either, but the Black Eagles. I got my colors mixed up. But I am noticing that really bad with the Golden Deer. Like,
I wonder if that was it seems like you guys had a lot darker stories than mine. Mine seems to be the how can I help you, sir? Oh shit, my bad. It seems that the Golden Deer was the very like the vanilla, the first, it's like the easy branch. What everyone's supposed to start with, the casuals. Oh, okay. It's very linear. There's not a lot of twists and turns. There's the twists and turns that are part of everyone's story. Mm-hmm. But house-wise, that was a problem for me. It was like it didn't go anywhere. No one really changed much. It was very everyone developed. It was very predictable what they were going to be like. It was very predictable who they turned into. It was fun. Some of them were fun. Like I really enjoyed Hilda. She was annoying, but she was annoying in a good way for me. But yeah, like the rest of my house was just, okay, cool. Like that's who you are. Huh. Yeah, exactly. I was more interested, like when I was talking to you guys about how excited I was and how much I was enjoying it, it was with all the other students except my house. And I'm just now realizing that I ignored almost all of my starting people because, my entire team was made up of maybe the only ones I kept were Hilda and Lysithia.
Well, then it's interesting that you recruited pretty much everyone then on your first playthrough.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I did.
You went hard on that aspect of it, yeah.
I didn't even notice that I didn't have my other students because they were all like level 12, funny. I think.
I forgot that Lysithia was one of your people. Yeah. Because I worked really hard to get her and Ingrid. And
Ingrid was one of my favorites.
Yeah, I really like Ingrid a lot. And Sylvain, actually, in my Eagle playthrough, he approached me like in the second month, and he was like, "I want to join," and I said, "Okay."
Oh, it's because he automatically joins female professors without anything. Yeah,
I did not realize that. Okay, that makes sense. That makes perfect sense for him.
Yeah, he ended up being one of my favorite characters.
I love him to death.
Throw you down a bit of a
Sylvain?
Yeah,
because
I love him to death.
Didn't see the rest of his story. He seems shallow, but he's not.
He's really not. I know.
I mean, look at how much we're talking about them here. I mean, case in point, I mean, I never thought I'd be sitting here defending Sylvain and his worldview.
Oh, Jesus. I just had a support conversation with him and Lawrence. And Lawrence is like the playboy from the Golden Deer house.
No, right? he's straight up creeper. Like my support conversations with him were like, you need to stop harassing women.
Oh, boy.
Stop it. The second, that was C. B was, you really need to, or we're going to kick you out of the house. Like, and then A is like, okay, I guess you've stopped, but you're still a creeper. But at least you understand that you can't, he hasn't changed. It was so frustrating with him.
I was cracking up though, because you know how Sylvain is, Dan, right? Like, you know how he is. And then Lawrence is like the same thing, but on steroids. So the support conversation between him and Sylvain is like, oh my God, somebody's going to rape somebody, and I don't want this in my house.
Hide your kids, hide your wife.
Not my house.
Like rape is not funny, but that's what's about to happen here, and I'm concerned. I'm really concerned. Oh. So yeah, I'm not a big fan of Lawrence. But Sylvain at least doesn't seem malicious and dangerous about it. He's just he
feels like he's been through some
stuff. The difference between him and Lawrence is he actually gets the girls. He's just an asshole to them afterward.
Yeah. A little bit. I love all the support conversations walking up on him breaking up with a girl, or she's breaking up with him, and it's like every time you're like, dude, really?
Simmer down now.
Speaking of Sylvain, check out that screenshot. That was making me laugh so hard. With their new outfits.
Flat as a board.
No game, no ass.
We'll have to put that in the show notes. God, those outfits are terrible.
That's just the support shit, man. We're not even talking about the combat, which is what I was really enjoying. as
yeah.
well.
Do you guys want to talk combat? Like, I will let y'all have that one.
Well, it's Fire Emblem. I mean, I haven't played that many other ones, but I mean, if you've seen one in action, it's what you see is what you get. You kind of know what you're going for. But what I liked a lot in terms of changes from the other ones is they didn't have that the weapon triangle where you had swords are strong against lances and lances are strong against axes or whatever the order is. Like that inherent handicap that you had, no matter what your abilities and level and all that were. Like that was. I'm kind of glad they pushed that aside.
But there's still something, because some of the weapons don't do damage on certain.
Yeah. So like on cavalry or like heavy armored stuff, like the armored guys will go with magic damage because they've got less magic defense, more physical. Yeah, so that makes sense.
And your stats too. Your strength stat has a lot to do with how much you can inflict as well, I believe.
Yeah, I'm at a complete loss right now for what classes to put all of these people in. Like, my Eagles, I knew exactly what I wanted everybody to be. I'm like, you're going to be a Wyvern Lord, you're going to be this, and you're going to be this. Like, I had a plan. These people, I'm just like, you look like a dancer.
You look like a dancer. You will be my house stripper.
Oh, doo-doo.
Doo-doo the dancer. God. I can't. Huh.
Yeah, but this was my experience with Fire Emblem, and it was apparently, and I totally agree. It was like this is the first one to play. Like this is a great intro to if you like those kinds of games, which I do. I'm not sure if I can get as hardcore as the other people, like the other games. I mean, because they always have permadeath on, right?
Oh yeah, that's
like
always
a default.
it's amazing to me that this one doesn't have permadeath. That's probably the only reason that I can continue to play this game. Because I hate that mechanic so much. Like, Valkyria Chronicles has it, but not on any of the main people. And you have a certain amount of time before that person is gone forever. So if you can get back to them and save them, then they're they retreat and they're okay, and you keep them.
Right.
But this one is just like they're gone, and I can't hate that so much.
See, whereas I grew up with like the first like PC game I really played was the first XCOM, where everything was permadeath and there's no way of reverting it. I mean, in this you have something goes
That's
really
what
wrong.
I was going to say.
Yeah, use a divine pulse, go back, or if you're really screwed, then revert your save and start over. But
yeah,
like at least you have that. But
the only thing that bothers me about this permadeath is just the waste of time. Like it would be a waste.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But my one criticism of my first playthrough is just I found it too easy.
Oh yeah,
like I should have gone hard for my first playthrough, but keep permadeath off, and then go from there for the subsequent ones. But they just patched in the new what was supposed to be lunatic or something like that difficulty.
Maddening.
So maddening. So I want to give that a shot because the first one, like I just breezed through it, and it's not because I'm good or I've played other games to know what to do. But I think just if you're kind of focused and you are and you are trying to get their abilities up and training them regularly, it kind of they just become OP over time.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
I was in month 8 or 9, and I had 10 activity points already, and like seven times to train them or to instruct them, and like using the whole. Free battles to get, or what's it called, retreating, or just doing them over and over and over again. I did that because I was having trouble with one map, and I just realized, oh, okay, I keep going for a little bit, and then, oh shit, I totally went too far, and it lasted the entire game.
I think that's one of the good things about going through hard, at least, is that you can't do the repeatable missions endlessly.
Right.
So
they all cost a point, I think.
Yeah. So you can only level so high. You can't kind of power level yourself.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that that's my one. It's not on the game. It's maybe more on me. Is I should have gone for hard from the get go. And I would have felt a little more challenged. But yeah, I mean, like I got the last boss down within one turn of getting ready for it. It's like my whole squad was there. They they all took their turn, and she didn't get to attack.
So I don't know what I did wrong, and maybe it's just the path that I was on. But my final 2 battles took me 3 hours to get done.
The last one took me a while just because it was huge and there were so many units. But nothing close to 3 hours. That's for
And it
sure.
wasn't. That's the thing. It wasn't hard. It's just that everything had a really high defense or something. I don't know. I'm like, I don't suck that bad. I may not be great, but I'm not that bad.
No, they definitely took more of a beating, the mobs in those last ones on my side too.
And they were such big battles, such big fields with so many people. I was like, I'm over it. And I almost gave up like 6 times, and then I was like, oh my god, if I give up, I have to do this again.
I think it made this a good segue. I think the things that they let you automate in the game is smart, because when you get that moment of I don't want to go through all these menus, you can skip it.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's the training, whether it's I just don't want to bother doing the conversations this month or exploring or whatever. You can kind of pick your own path and go with what you feel like, with set the pacing that you want for it, which I think is clever for a game that's huge.
Yeah.
So I mean, because my first playthrough, I don't know about you guys, it took me almost 70 hours, and that's just one of the 3 stories. I don't know. I'm interested to see what the other 2 has to do, but I don't know if I've got another 140 hours to put into one.
Oh yeah. I feel you.
And
so I think it's smart that they
though,
do let you skip. Yeah.
Some of that stuff you can buy back. So support levels and certain your skill abilities and stuff like that. Class abilities, you can buy a lot of that stuff back.
Yeah, that's what what little I read about New Game Plus is that people are really happy with how they implemented it, because it cuts down on a lot of the grind, but
and
it's still there's just so much story going on.
Yeah, there really is. The update today gave you even more renown on a New Game Plus, so now you have it's even more stuff that you can buy back. I went through and did all my character support levels.
Is it retroactive? Like on a new save, it'll give you the extra now when you log in?
Yeah.
Or do you have to start a game over? Okay.
Yeah, it said if you started a New Game Plus prior to the update, you'll have it in your account the next time you log in, and it was there for me today.
Oh, okay, good.
I was like, yay! Thank you, Jesus.
So to try to poor Josh, to try to condense this to less than another 20 minutes. Do we have a verdict, a summary?
You good?
I think we can all go through give it a letter grade, right? Just kind of our pros and cons. I think we kind of went through that already.
Professor level A+.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a professor level superior.
No, funny enough, they didn't have an S for professor level, which I guess makes sense because it's kind of like a grade. But this definitely has a huge honeymoon phase, which I think is great because it kind of makes you invest the time to get to know these people, to get to know the mechanics, to discover not just the whole instructing part or the discovery part, and then you get to see the combat too. But I think it's one of those games where I lost my train of thought. I don't know. It is great. I loved it. It was like Dan said, there are things that you should maybe look into, not exploiting or whatever it is that I did with the repeated battles, and maybe start the game on hard with permadeath off. I think would be good.
I think
for anyone who likes RPGs and has somewhat of a good, handle on things, they can definitely handle hard, and I think that's the best way to play it.
And to go in blind. I wouldn't want to risk spoilers because there's so much to take away from it. But
definitely have some guides though, because some of those you don't want to be spending hours looking for lost items and who needs what, who wants what,
and what random fucked up dialogue choice is going to be the one.
IGN's Tea Time Guide.
Absolutely.
That's playing it. If
that was a win right there.
Save, that's the one.
Yeah, I was so glad I found that. I went, thanks you.
Again.
Yeah, I don't know. I was so tired of save scumming for fucking tea time. Makes no fucking sense. Hey, I'm a piece of shit. I don't like the way I am. Oh, okay. I'm gonna nod. I'm gonna blush, or I'm gonna admonish. Then I do admonish because obviously, you don't want them to feel that way. And it's well, he did not like that part of the conversation. It's fuck.
I hate it. Yeah, tea parties were so. And I found one guide that just did not help at all. It was like they like these kinds of things, and then you would try to pick the conversation choice that sounded like that kind of thing, but it was like no, nope. Your tea parties suck. But yeah, definitely the guides. Now, I found a good dialogue choice guide that didn't give you any. It literally just told you the option to pick without any other anything. So
Yep.
it's really
Yeah.
and none of those dialogue choices really had any story information in them. So it's not very difficult
Right.
to learn anything from that. But it was very helpful for all that support. I need my students to love me. Because I eventually want to marry you after the war is over. What?
This student wants to commit suicide. Blush.
Blush, laugh, or admonish.
Or sip.
Sip. Yeah, sip.
Yep. I'm with Ben, though. It's a great game. If you're a fan of tactical RPGs and you have a Switch, I would say it's pretty much a must. But just be aware that there's a huge, almost high school dating sim part tacked onto it, too, that I was surprised was kind of actually more fun than I thought it would be. That's my review.
I think it's really good. I'm actually giving it the second playthrough, and I might give it the third because I'm really interested in the story over there on the Blue Lion side of things.
Just really interested in those blue barracudas or whatever they were.
Yeah, pretty much. Dimitri is cute, so that's why I'm kind of like, third playthrough. God, I forgot what I was going to say. I did not mind out-leveling my battles, and there's an auto-battle feature, which makes a Jen very, very happy. So I can just auto-battle all day, level up, and then I don't have to worry about anything.
And watch My Little Pony at the same time.
And watch My Little Pony at the same time. I've been doing audiobooks, actually, and auto battles. So it's working out for me really well. I'm getting a lot of entertainment value going on over here for me. But yeah, I recommend it. You can make it as hard or as easy as you want with the battles and everything. I'm doing my second playthrough on normal because I'm lazy. So, although arguably it's really not, because the battles are the fastest thing about the game anyway.
You're not wrong.
Whatever. Anyway, I would say that I recommend it. Go
right
play.
On.
Be a black.
Yeah.
Go
B plus.
B plus.
Nap time over yet?
Yes.
The last thing I will say, though, is those fucking dialogue things every time you click on somebody in a battle drive me up the wall. Especially, I am Ferdinand von Ayer 750,000 times. Ferdinand von Ayer.
Okay.
And that's all.
Ferdinand
Von Ayer.
Oh, yeah.
Ferdinand Bon Iver. Got it.
Can we talk about Gang Beast now? Because that's the best thing that's happened to me in a long time.
I was gonna try to
I've been
bring
trying
us
to
back
get you guys
around
to play this game for a year, and it finally happened.
Well, you
So
in our
Totally
defense,
started
we
as a
didn't have
troll.
it
I was gonna say it totally started as a troll,
And it worked.
It was hilarious.
It was one of those slow burning troll fires.
Yes.
Poor Magma, it was pretty quick for him, though.
He didn't know you then. He believed you.
He didn't know you then like he knows you now.
No, I was going to buy it. Like, I wanted it so bad, but I wasn't going to buy it if no one else bought it. But then he bought it, and I was like, okay, well, that's just one person. Anyone else?
I don't think any of us really believed that you were going to commit.
That was so good. But yeah, to be fair, it was like $20. But now it's in my hard drive and it's staying there forever.
It has a special place in our group.
It totally does.
It looks like nothing, but I mean, you mix that game with alcohol, and does it have couch co-op? It must.
Yes.
I assume so.
There is a local local mode on there.
Of course, yeah. So I mean, yeah, if you want a party game like something like Nidhogg or Broforce, they can just pick up and play and be stupid, and this is exactly for that.
Be ready to lose your breath. Be ready to have your guts hurt because you are laughing too much and you're deprived of oxygen. Be ready for all of these things.
Yeah.
Because they are real.
And especially brace yourself for an eyeball reverse twerking for you.
Yes.
That
Look out for them. Look out for them twerking eyeballs.
Well, I'll post that GIF on
Absolutely.
our podcast page.
that first night that we played it, I was still
man.
sick. And I remember laughing so hard and I couldn't freaking breathe because I already couldn't breathe from being sick. And at some point I think I had to stop. I was like, I can't physically cannot play this game anymore because I'm going to die on the couch.
I don't think I muted myself more in one night because I was literally crying, laughing, and like you not able to breathe. My ribs hurt the next morning from laughing so hard. But yeah,
Just I think the first time that we were playing that got me was like Ben grabbing a hold of that barrel and just spinning around in circles.
Oh my gosh! Oh god, it was too much.
the tornado of death.
It's like the circle pit of doom here. Just
Let's play Game Beast
man.
tonight, guys.
it'll probably happen.
I don't think anybody would argue.
Except maybe neighbors, but that's about it.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I have no idea. My neighbors probably hate me. Angry Rob is probably over there with a voodoo doll, stabbing me in the brain.
Why is this girl laughing so much?
I
What
hate
was
her.
the?
I hate her.
What's it like to be able to laugh that much?
What's it like to laugh?
Nothing
like
is that funny.
What sorcery is this?
What is that melody?
Oh, speaking of which,
Oh yeah.
are we ready to
Overwatch,
segue, or
that
did
game.
you guys want more Gang Beast?
Well,
Oh no,
I'm pretty sure
Gang Beast is it's just one of those like fucking amazing games that are, if you're drunk and you have a good group of people, then absolutely play it. Or
Technically,
if
even
you
if
want to
you're-
get drunk on laughing, then play
Yeah,
it as
like
well.
technically, I don't think you have to be drunk. It's just entertaining.
if you want brainless humor that you don't have to think about too hard, just that stuff that you can just mash buttons and laugh and,
And you will yell
This
no
is-
more times than you have ever yelled no in a
Yep.
single evening.
this is the game for you. If you're not worried about a high level of skill in your gaming, this is your game.
I think it's even more than that. I think it's
Button mashing
a
has never
game
been more fun.
Yeah. If you want a game where the physics and controls are just awkward enough that it can't do just what you want, but it's fun, that's what this game is.
How do you climb, damn it?
Exactly. I
Oh
mean,
my
you can never quite get anything perfectly right, and that's what's great about it.
Why is this guy twerking on top of the wall?
Why can't I throw you over the side? Why can't I throw you?
Why haven't you gone unconscious yet while you're dangling off this ledge and I'm headbutting you, but hold your hand?
Why won't you let go? Let go of me. Let go of me.
Die already.
It's like fucking drunk ass Play-Doh Super Saiyans. One of these days we need to just get footage and then have just, I'm gonna try to edit in some DBZ sounds so it'll be so fucking good. So Overwatch.
Yeah, Overwatch.
Yes, please.
Overwatch.
So Overwatch.
So we've been
Overwatch.
playing the shit out of it again.
Just because it's amazingly fun now with that roll queue.
It is. They added in the 222 roll lock across everything. So
It
it's
changes
competitive and it's quick
It
play.
changes everything.
It changes everything. It's I didn't think it would make that much of a difference, but it really does.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean,
Yeah.
as far as like, I think amongst our own, like if we have our 6 people playing, it's not as important. But if you have, an odd number of people and then you go into quick play or competitive or whatever, it kind of helps to even
I definitely
things out.
agree, but also even in some instances, especially those shitty nights that we would have, it kind of helps us now because we would sometimes have like almost 5 DPS and maybe 1 healer.
Yep.
Right.
Or even just having 4 DPS, that we'd have that a lot. And this really helps us kind of think about strategy rather than just go for the kills. Because normally, I'd get on May and just try to headshot everyone and go do my own thing sometimes. And progressively, I learned, okay, staying by everyone will help, get some teamwork and all. But now it's just, okay, if you don't stick to your role, then you're going to lose because the other team has to stick to their roles because that's how they're playing. So I think it's been such a huge help with the quality of the matches and all.
I mean, and it just killed the major cheese comps. I mean, the ones that were dominating in competitive and even in league. I mean, like the goats comps and the bunkers. They you can't really do them to the same extent as you were. So there's less opportunity to get steamrolled if you're losing.
Mm-hmm.
You can come back from it more easily because the playing field is a little more level. Like I'm like Jen said, I'm just as equally surprised that it really puts a big breath of fresh air back into it and changes it up just enough without actually changing any of the gameplay.
Right.
So it's they made a good call on that. But just unnerf Brig, please, because she sucks now, and that breaks me heart.
I know. That was bad.
It's interesting after they do heavy nerfs like that to see just how much it messes it up.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then, eventually they'll come back and be like, all right, we're going to adjust, they're going to adjust the shield health and whatever. We hear you screaming. Although typically they don't care about everybody screaming. They just do. Blizzard is very. We don't give a fuck. Yeah.
Well, I think
they listen really well, right?
Yeah, I think they do. And just being a former like hardcore WoW player, I mean, they're good at balancing stuff. I mean, a lot of people will say that I'm crazy to say that, but I mean, WoW is a PvE and PvP game on a huge scale over so many classes and so many abilities, and
so many years.
Oh yeah, exactly, and especially that so many years. And Jeff worked on WoW before going over to Overwatch, so he's coming with a lot of that knowledge himself, and all the rest of the dev team presumably. But go ahead.
I think the difference is I don't know that they listen to what people want so much as they pay attention to what people need. Like they're watching the stats, they're watching they're looking at what characters get picked and how often they get picked and what the comps are that they get picked in and everything. Like they're studying all of that.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at too. Yeah, they have the data and they have the experience that that they know what they're looking for.
Yeah. It's not so much. I just don't think. I think they kind of. Maybe they listen and maybe they don't, but I feel like they're more likely to not. Because you just get all the fanboys out there like, make Brigida stronger because reasons. And they're like, no, we adjusted it because we were seeing it lean heavily in this way, and we wanted to break it up.
Yeah, I'm excited to play it again. I mean, it's always been a game that's been awesome for us. It's one of those that all 6 of our, group of us 6 can play and have fun. But now it's got that new breath of life in it. And that whole video that I found today, apparently it was just only like a couple of hours old when I shared it. I feel like that came out specifically because of all these role changes. Like people are looking to actually play their characters now, which is nice.
Yeah.
I agree.
But
it's definitely one of those things, like with the roll lock and everything like that. And like whenever you shared that earlier, Ben, I started looking at it and like, oh yeah, I think it's going to force people to, well, like our one drunken night where we decided that everybody can't play the characters they usually use, and everybody has.
Oh God,
that was so bad.
That was the worst ever.
Yeah, but that's going to have like your groups that are like super tanking the hell out of things and whatever that will have to, be a bit better rounded players because they can't roll in with 4 tanks and So, although, man, all those shields, God, it seemed like the last couple of nights we've played, it's been like Shield City.
Yes,
Yeah,
I know.
last night
Jesus.
was crazy.
And
There were
yeah,
shields
it's like
everywhere.
Well, it's
Get
like,
behind him.
yeah. Well, no, but it's
I want to
like,
know what Buddy was talking about with that Arisa juggling thing. That sounds interesting.
oh, I guess.
That's always been a thing, and I'm interested in it, or at least it was a thing for a while. I don't know. They may have adjusted it and made it go away, but now it's back. I don't know.
Yeah.
Mm.
Something with the shield. I don't know. I mean, the way he was explaining it, I'm like, well, that's pretty much what we do with other shields anyway. Like, or what I would
remember
do.
it. I remember
but-
it from a ragtag video a long time ago where he mentioned if you shoot Orisa's shield up into the air, by the time it comes down and lands where you want it, you'll have a cooldown and you'll have another shield ready to go.
Huh.
So it's almost like shooting the shields ahead of you or something.
Kind of.
Oh.
I don't.
Oh, I thought it was like directly above you, and that you would always like. Yeah, we'll have to look it up.
Yeah,
The way
I don't know
that Buddy
the
was
exact-
describing it was like almost kind of like an exploit, but not really.
He might have been on Ambien.
It sounds
Hey,
like
now.
something like the Hanzo's whatever that the arrow
Melody?
that no the whatever the sonar arrow that shoots out to ping the enemy team. Like if you make it quick enough at the start of a match on the enemy side, you can shoot one up straight in the air and then it'll land. By the time you get back out and the game starts, you'll have another one ready, and that one will be just landing. So it's a good way to start revealing early on in the game. So I guess it's kind of similar to that.
Oh, see, that's pretty cool.
So I just like to use the hack as everybody tries to line up by the doors. And you've got that time enough that I can fire one at the door and see what characters you're coming out of the door with.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe it's just me, but
Maybe it's Maybelline.
I don't know. Hanzo looks like he might have a little eyeliner in there.
Absolutely. Some of those young Hanzo skins, totally.
He wasn't just born with it.
The Kabuki Hanzo skin definitely has it going on.
Oh yeah.
All the makeup.
I just really hope they have fucking Nintendo skins for when it comes out with Nintendo.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
We hadn't gotten there. But
yeah.
speaking of Overwatch news, it's been confirmed for Switch. What?
So this will make how many different copies you have, Jen?
Hey, one. I still only have one.
Yeah, I think it's me and Buddy that have it on PC as well.
Yeah,
Oh, Buddy has
Is
it
there
on PC too?
Yeah, I was day one on PC. I've had it for a long time.
I just, historical Jen, I know. I'm just kind of waiting for that moment where I hear, I didn't want to get up and change games, and we were playing it on the Switch instead. So
if it's ever on sale digitally on the PlayStation again for a really good price, I'm probably going to pick it up because of that. But I'm not planning to get it on the Switch unless they start talking about crossover Nintendo character skins.
Yeah,
And
that or
will do it.
cross-play or cross-platform. Because otherwise, I mean, with an account we've been putting so much time into, I mean, why would we want to start over, really?
Right. That's the other problem.
Yeah.
Because like PC, your skins don't transfer over to your you don't get to keep those.
Oh, yeah.
And that to me, that's an investment of time. Maybe not real boy money, but time for sure. And it's just, I don't know about all that again. But if they start talking about Nintendo skins, that's going to be hard for me.
Yeah, that's true. Man, Diva as fucking Samus.
There are so
Or Farrah
many.
as Samus.
Yeah. We
Fucking
were on a,
Potential's there.
we were on
Ash
a good
Ketchum
roll that,
Zenyatta. Donkey Kong Winston.
dude,
I don't know if I'd see them doing that, but what they did, it was they gave you the Mercy Wings in Diablo, and didn't they do something like the inverse like that? Like maybe they could add like an extra thing or something like that, but I don't know.
yeah, I don't. But it also not only that, because what I was thinking of before we got around to the Nintendo skins for Overwatch characters was the potential for those Overwatch characters to be in like Smash Brothers.
Yes, that would be awesome.
And I think the one that everybody is screaming for right now is Diva.
Oh yeah, that's the rumor.
Yeah.
They want Diva? That's like the wish? I thought it was just the rumor.
Maybe column A and column B there.
I'll
I don't
pick
know.
her over Tracer, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Oh god, no, Tracer that would be
No,
awesome.
exactly.
Oh,
I think Tracer would just be a mistake for making her the one that
She
they would
is
carry
love.
over. Yeah.
Shoot me in the face.
Oh, I guess Diva does make the most sense. She's from Japan. She plays video games. Yeah, that makes sense. I don't know. I can't see it, but
There's a lot of potential for a lot of those characters to make it over there. I just really hope they don't go the easy route and take like Genji. Because it'll be yet another Smash character with a sword who moves really fast.
oh yeah, that's true.
We didn't need
Yeah,
that.
watch the last one in the past just be more Fire Emblem characters, all the ones from Three Houses now.
Oh my god.
In a game that's already so heavy on Fire Emblem characters.
I hope it's a
now
net.
you can play as
Blend it.
Ignatz. Please stab me in the face.
Or Bernie.
Hey, Bernie is my spirit animal. You leave
Oh my
Bernie
God.
alone.
Poor Bernie.
Uh,
I love
the first time I
Bernie.
talked to her, I'm like, nope, I don't have time for you. I'm not dealing with your shit.
Aw.
Yeah, at the end I was like, okay, I get it. I thought she would mature, but she
But
did
she
not
did.
mature. She just
did,
got a
though.
freaking haircut, and I thought it was great. I think she looked a lot better during the time skip, but man, she was still.
I think
Muse, go ahead, Jen.
I think she matured, but I don't know if we need to go back.
She got
into
better. It was just, she's still hiding in her room and like, do I
No,
really
she
have to
wasn't.
do this?
She wasn't for me, but my story
Oh,
was
okay.
different.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah, me, she was hiding in the room, and like I've got enough with my own anxiety issues that I'm like, no, I play games to get away from this.
and I was over here like,
empathize with
girlfriend.
you, I understand you, I'm with you, but I don't need your shit.
Aw, that makes me sad. I caught Bernie and I was like, I got you, boo. I got you. I will take care of you. You are me. I get it.
Hug me.
I got you.
Have some quartz.
Dunk. Love me. You can't romance Bernadetta though. Which is probably okay. She would just keel over in horror.
You know what?
Tried
Now
to-
that I think of it, I'm going to update my review. I'm going to say if you like Stardew Valley and you like tactical RPGs, you need Fire Emblem.
Truth.
And I'm sticking to it.
What were we even saying? We were talking about Overwatch.
Sims Do Valley. It's kind of like The Sims. And kind of
Totally.
like Stardew, but not like either of them at all.
Yeah, that caught me off guard. I was not expecting to buy that game, and then I got it on a great sale, and then it just scratched all those itches that I had from Stardew Valley and The Sims, and I was like, okay, I guess I'm going 100% in this thing, and then it was 110%, and then I was like 9 tabs later on Chrome, 2:30 a.m. in the morning. Yeah, what am I doing with my life? But I need to teach my students.
Just when you sent the picture of you on the treadmill and the Switch is there, I'm like,
dude.
yep.
I played a good 30 to 40% of that game in the gym. And I was like,
it's brilliant. I mean, it's
oh
really
yeah,
smart.
I'm so
And
happy.
I'm like, Ben has crossed the line now.
I did, but yeah, it was great, man. I worked out harder than I normally would because I'm like getting anxiety and tension and shit, and my legs are pumping. What the hell is going on? Why am I so sore? Oh, that's right. I had a
Why don't you
1.5
try
hour
hard?
battle. Oh, good times.
I'm still waiting after hearing you guys chat about you and Buddy putting the incumbent bikes next to each other and going like Wii boxing or some shit against
Oh,
you.
dude, I'm totally down. Oh, when they come out with that Switch apparatus or whatever, I didn't even hear
Yeah,
about it. Or
yeah.
I didn't click on the link or see anything, but apparently it's some like Switch Fit thing. That'd be cool. There we go.
Yeah, it doesn't have a balance board, which makes me wonder about it. It has a weird circle thingy.
Yeah, I'm curious to see more. I think they said there was. Is it this week that they're going to have more information about it? Because they just had that little teaser.
Think so.
Yeah, so we'll have to update once we know more. But it's got potential.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. What else do we have? I think we were gonna.
Do we want to save it for another time, or?
Yeah, I agree with that call. We've been going long enough.
Okay. I mean, it's not going to be relevant anymore by then, but that's fine.
Wait, what was it? I was
The Virtual Console thing.
Oh no!
My bad.
Go with that. Go with that. We were thinking. I think we were all thinking of something else.
Oh,
I was thinking about the favorite console thing. It's like
that is a good call on that one. We'll wait for that. But
so teaser for the next episode.
Yes,
there you go.
You shall want to listen next time. I don't know what that accent was. Don't ask
It was a net.
questions.
It was her internet net there.
I was you another time.
But our last nugget of news is that they all of a sudden, in a what was to me a surprise announcement, revealed that they put a bunch of Super Nintendo games on the is it called the Virtual Console? I don't know what that thing is called.
I think they just call it's just Nintendo Online, right? I think.
Maybe.
No, it's a whole separate app now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they dropped a whole bunch of Super Nintendo games.
Yay.
But along
Super
with that, they
Metroid.
said they're not doing it monthly anymore, which people are freaking out about a little bit, and I don't know that I'm concerned, other than if they don't put a time frame on it, it makes me concerned.
Not want to get the service.
It's like it makes me concerned for their future regularity of it. Like,
Well, I would say
really
a lot of
gonna
people
drop
got that
stuff?
free 12 months, right?
Yep. I did that too.
So maybe they're just kind of like, people are on it already, so we're just going to be super lazy with this shit, which I agree is not a good plan.
I don't know. I mean, they added 20 games in one shot right there with that announcement that, I mean, people were saying they saw coming, but I don't think anyone really did.
Yeah, I don't know about all that.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just because I didn't play much. I didn't have a Super Nintendo or a Nintendo normal one, but a lot of those games I have absolutely zero interest in ever playing.
Oh my gosh, they put some really good stuff out there. I was like, Stun Race FX!
Yes. Which is a little rough now, but if
Okay, fair enough. So it is just me then.
Well, if you didn't have a Super Nintendo to like have any of that nostalgia factor with some of those games, then yeah, I can see that. But they had some pretty good stuff, and I don't remember the list offhand. I saw Stunt Race, Super Metroid,
Breath of Fire.
Breath
was in
of
there too.
Fire.
Yeah, Super Metroid. I mean, I was thrilled about that because it's one of the reasons I bought a new 3DS for to have it on the go. Link
Breath
to the
of
Past.
freaking Fire. So excited.
What is that? What is Breath of Fire? I've
It's an
never even heard of that
RPG.
one.
It's an old Capcom RPG. And
Oh.
it's very, very fantasy, very Japanese. You're a boy of the Dragon Clan, and you don't really know anything about yourself, boy. Yeah, and you have to journey out and save the world. Basically, you kind of end
Fair
up
enough.
in an adventure. Like I love Breath of
So
Fire.
it's like a Final Fantasy RPG kind of thing. Or any other JRPG?
Kind of, but not really. I don't know what to compare it to. It's kind of its own thing.
Yeah,
Kind
I
of like
never
how
played it, so I
Dragon
can't
Quest
say
has
either.
its own feel compared to Final Fantasy. Like Breath of Fire has its own thing.
Gotcha.
I'll have to
But-
check it out.
Yeah, I love it. I love Breath of Fire. All of the ones that I've played have been good.
All of the fiery breaths.
All of the fiery breaths.
Yeah.
I just
From
need
the
a bad Final
outside,
Fantasy 6 now.
Yeah. If they would put Breath of Fire 2 and Final Fantasy 6, did they put Mario RPG out there?
No, don't think so. That one's on the SNES Classic, but not on that, or at least not yet.
Yeah. Like I have
Yeah,
a few games they need
that
to
was-
put on there.
Yep, Chrono Trigger.
was one of those
that's the
games.
one.
I mean, Mario RPG, that was one of those games, like, got into some of the RPGs and was playing a lot of the stuff here and there. And I got into Mario RPG late. I had somebody let me borrow it, and I was just like, I have nothing else going on. Let me try to play it. And I just that game pulled you in, and it was so well done.
So good.
I'm like, God damn it, Nintendo.
That's awesome.
Good.
I've never played it before. I never even knew that they had an RPG.
It's great. I just replayed it last year with my oldest, and so I was having fun narrating it for him, in voices and everything. It's just such a charming little game.
Yeah,
it's good.
Yeah, you guys know how I feel about that, and if you don't know how I feel about that, I don't know how you missed it.
Gen Squee.
Yes.
Yep.
It's in my trifecta. It's in the trifecta.
Yeah, from the outside looking in, I don't have the Switch like you guys do. So maybe one of these days soon, I'll grow up in my Nintendo fandom. But it almost looks like they, from the list of games I saw for what you guys are posting, it almost looks like they just went, "Hey, here, have an SNES Classic in your Switch. Here you go."
For the most part, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Kind of close, anyway. There were just some really good things. Some things that I've never played, so that'll be kind of interesting. But
was it Puyo Puyo in there that I have no idea what those games are.
Puyo Puyo is fun, or AKA Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, which is really hard to say. And Kirby something. There's
one of the whichever. Yeah.
I mean, I would love if they could bring Game Boy Advance games. That was my Nintendo awakening, was that system.
I agree. I mean, I would love to have Metroid Fusion without having to
Oh my
go
gosh.
buy it.
I want Zero Mission. Metroid Zero Mission. You never find it anywhere. It's not on the Virtual Console.
I think I played that one. No.
It's like a reboot of the first Metroid.
Yeah.
In the style of Fusion, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I did play that one. I loved that one too.
So good.
It was very good.
But anyway, I digress. We digress. We have digressed.
That'll be our lead in for the next time around.
Yeah.
Since that was the system that brought Ben into the move.
Well, actually, it was the Game Boy. What was it? The Game Boy SP, the one that there was
SP, the Voley one.
Oh my god, I fucking loved that thing. I felt like such a fucking badass every time I took it out. I went to the mall with my friends or at the movie theater before the previews, taking that shit out, basically playing while I'm standing so everyone can see. It was that and the PSP. Oh my god.
Ben got out there and full on Power Rangers whipped out his Nintendo SP and just calling it his Dragon Zord.
Oh fucking shit, that was great.
Go Mario.
Well, we can talk more about that next time.
Yeah, we gotta save it.
For now, I think we are done.
Absolutely. Happy 40th, guys. That was
Yay.
It's been a hell of a run.
Cheers.
It's all downhill from here.
That's right.
Straight into death. Yeah, swords to the faces, all of them.
like Dan's Reaper. Fucking 35 kill streak.
Hi.
Oh yeah.